So, Mike, one of the great stories for the Nationals last year was Joey Meneses hit 13 home runs in just 56 games and then looked good in the World Baseball Classic. But off to a really slow start. What are you guys seeing in Meneses so far in 16 games? No home runs, just 4 RBI.
Yeah, I just think that he's got to get his rhythm at the plate. I think that the WBC was good for some people and kind of detrimental to others. But I think that his rhythm at the plate is off a little bit. He's kind of in between pitches, and when you get in that position, you start guessing at the plate a little bit, and inevitably, it seems like you always guess wrong when you're looking fast, so you get breaking ball. When you're looking breaking ball, you get the fastball. And I think he's in that position right now. I just needs to relax, and they're working on some things mechanically with him, pregame, and I think that the base hit to right field, a couple of games ago, I think was indicative of what he needs to do to continue to be a good hitter in the big leagues, and I think you'll see that double home run power come back when he gets his stroke back underneath him.
Mike, are there some guys who are more affected by the pitch clock? I saw a story about Juan Soto, who, of course, is now with the Padres, and Soto said he didn't like the pitch clock as a batter because he couldn't play mind games with the pitcher, which is, I think, what Major League Baseball was trying to get rid of, is kind of the dead time and the mind games, whatever. But I would imagine some guys are having a tougher time getting adjusted and figuring out a routine.
Yeah, I think it's really affecting the hitters more than the pitchers, and I wouldn't have guessed that when we introduced this thing. But I think that I see the majority of the players making the adjustments and getting their at bats and getting their pitch sequences and their at bats underneath them. Although yesterday we had about three. I think there was three stoppages because of the pitch clock, which was a lot for a game. But I think you see more and more day by day. I think that the pitchers and hitters are making the adjustments, and I think overall it's a great thing for the game is to quicken it up, have the pace of the game be a little faster, and I think the enjoyment of the game for the fan base is what it's all about.
What do you expect from McKenzie tonight? Has Baltimore decided on their starter? I saw undecided. Have you seen an update on that?
I haven't seen an update yet today on it so far. McKenzie, we're looking for him to pound the strike zone more. He's a guy with really, really good stuff. Pound the strike zone, be aggressive in pitchers counts, and just attack the hitters with his good stuff. He's got that the mid-90s fastball and the couple of breaking pitches that are really, really good pitches for him. So he's a very competitive guy, a very aggressive guy on the mound, and we just want him to be aggressive in the strike zone and pound the zone.
Where did Stone Garrett come from?
Stone Garrett, I think he was a original Marlins draft way back in the day, and we claimed him on waivers at the end of last season from the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh wow!
And been a nice player for us. He's a really strong player that's got some skills. Never really had an opportunity to play in a very small sample last year with Arizona at the end of the season. He performed very well. So we're hoping with more opportunity, we could see what type of player that this kid really is.
Mm-hmm. I know CJ kind of started off slow defensively. He had that. I don't know if that was the opening day, but he started off slow defensively. Is he starting?
It was opening day.
It was opening day. Was he starting? Is he starting to get more comfortable at short? Are you noticing?
Yeah, it was opening day, and I think he's always been comfortable. Opening day was a little bit of a rough go for him. Maybe some nerves there for his first opening game in the big leagues. But you guys see it. He's a dynamic defender. He's got quick burst. He's got good speed. He's got a good arm. He's got great range. And we think the bat is going to be there at the end of the day. And he's shown he has shown signs of it. He's shown in small samples of it that he's going to be a good offensive player for us, and we're excited to see this kid continue to grow. But because it's a very difficult position, probably the second most difficult position in the big leagues to play, especially at a young age of 22. And you see in the past a lot of great shortstops come into the league and make some errors, but when it's all said and done, they're terrific defensive shortstops, and I think he's going to be one of them.
Mike, how much time are you spending keeping an eye on the young bucks down in A-ball, like James Wood? He's at high level A, and Elijah Green. Those guys are 20 and 19. They obviously need seasoning, but how much you pay attention to them on a daily basis at this point?
Well, we've always paid a lot of attention to them. Now we see we have their games on every day during while we're in the GM box. We're watching the 4 affiliates play on the TVs in the GM box. So we see just about every game of theirs, and we're constantly talking to their coaching staffs at whatever level they're at, and they're an important part of our plan here. And I think the early results are. You got these guys that are playing extremely good baseball at young ages at high levels, and I think that it's an exciting time in the minor leagues for these guys because as far as talent, skill level, and that type of thing, we have as many good players as anybody. So we're extremely excited about it, and we keep an active eye on them, and it's something that we have our staff go around the minor league system and see on occasions, and I'll be out there seeing them play, and it's really a fun time in the minor leagues for the Nationals right now.
Talking to Mike Rizzo, President General Manager of the Washington Nationals. So I think we talked about the lack of power numbers last week, and when you look at the offensive numbers in the league, you're down at the bottom. But I was wondering where you think this team should be in terms of stolen bases. Right now, just 9 on the year. By comparison, the Orioles already have 25 stolen bases this year. So do the Guardians. The Cubs got 22. Do you think this team should be running more?
Well, I think you have certain players that probably need to run more, and I think that they will. Once they get their feet underneath them. We've got some guys that can run and they have the ability to steal bases, but they're young players. CJ Abrams is going to be a base stealer, in the future, but he's a young player right now. I think he has three or four stolen bases for us right now. Louis Garcia should steal some bases. Victor Robles should steal some. Lane Thomas and Call and Stone Garrett. These guys should all be stealing bases, and I think you'll see Davey give them the green light a little bit more as their experience level increases, and the game situation allows them to.